What is going on, guys? This is Joe Gattone with Gattone Real Estate, and I just wanted to recap my recent Did You Know series. You probably saw it. If you did, that's great. If not, you're watching this now, so listen up quick. We're going to go through 1 through 5 really, really quickly. So number 1 was the fact that it's a buyer's market, okay? And this is quick. So if you want to read through more or if you have questions, please reach out, let me know. I also have a podcast link below if you'd rather listen. So hit me up, let me know, click the link, whatever. Okay, so number 1 was that it's a buyer's market, okay? And that's not like right now is a buyer's market, but in general, I think, okay, if you look at historically over the past 10 to 12 years, I think we're hitting a buyer's to fair market pretty much everywhere, okay, even in the city. Because when the crash happened in 2008, we had like a 5-year lull of a lot of people sitting in the wings, not buying. From 2013 to 2018, I think all those people that didn't buy are now sprinkled in with the regular buyers. So you had an influx of buyers for the past 5 years. And then now we're kind of hitting a fair market and we're kind of seeing trends there, right? Last year, the market hit a wall in August. This year, kind of hit a wall in April. And so now we're seeing that happen where there's a little bit of a bump every year. And now we're seeing a heavy buyer's market with a lot of inventory and not that many closed sales. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that interest rates are at a historic low again. All right. I guess a couple weeks ago when I posted these originally, rates were at a historic 3-year low. And I'm pretty sure 3 years ago, it was another historic low. So one of the lowest rates you'll ever see. I'm not sure if they'll go any lower. I think they bumped up since I posted last week. Nonetheless, they're still underneath 4%, which is very, very cheap relative to interest rates historically. And so you got to get in the game because that decrease in interest rate, okay, from a year ago when interest rates were creeping up towards 5% to now where they're creeping up towards 4%, that percentage change allows you to buy much more house, okay? Every $50 that you save in interest rate, you can spend $10,000 more on house, all right? And every percentage, depending on how much you're borrowing, but remember this, every percent saved in interest will allow you about 10% more in purchase price, okay? And the more expensive that gets, the better that ratio gets, actually. So that was number 2. Number 3 was that you actually have a lot of inventory. Okay, so sometimes in the fall and the winter time when it's a buyer's market, there's not as many choices out there for you, and you're stuck with the leftovers from the spring and the summer. In this situation, you're actually left with a lot of houses that aren't selling, not because they're bad houses, just because there's not that many buyers out there. Right? We're seeing a decrease in closed sales and a steady increase in inventory. Okay, so the inventory is there. You have your pick of the litter. The houses aren't bad, broken, moldy, right? They're good houses, and they might need some work in some situations, but most are good, so you pick the best one, and you get really, really aggressive on your price, okay? The 4th one was that you can actually renovate a house with mortgage money, okay? So you can borrow the money for the renovation that you want to do, which means you can buy an even cheaper house that needs even more work, or maybe it is moldy, and then you get the renovation money to fix everything up, right? So you're talking kitchen, baths, okay? Maybe you're going to do an addition, right? The bank is just going to make sure that it's worth it at the end. So they want to make sure they know exactly what you're doing, how you're spending that money they're giving you, and what the house is going to be worth after you've spent the money. And I would say 90% of the time, unless you're putting in something weird, but if you stick to kitchen, baths, and square footage, 90% of the time, it's going to work out fine, right? So you can renovate and you don't have to pay for it with your savings, all right? The only 2 negatives here, just being, full disclosure, only 2 negatives is you are going to pay interest on that, okay? And potentially you're going to pay it for 30 years on your mortgage. And the only counter to those 2 points is 1, interest rates are low, so money is cheap. And 2, you're probably not going to live there for 30 years. Most people sell in 5 to 7. Okay, 5th one is that you don't have to pay your real estate agent, okay? So when you're buying, sellers are paying, they're offering commission to real estate agents. That's how we get paid, all right? Now I'm the bad guy when you have to sell your house, okay? You have to pay me commission. I'm the one charging it to you, and then we're offering the commission to a buyer's agent. But when you're on the buy side, you don't have to pay me, right? So for a buyer to not use an agent and try to do this all on their own, it doesn't really make sense. It's the largest investment of your life for most people, and it can be complicated. There's a lot of decisions that you have to make. There's a lot of people that get involved. And so that's why you need a real estate agent, not only to help you find the house and negotiate for you, but also guide you through the process at no cost to you. So to me, that's a no-brainer. All right. So if you combine the fact that there's high inventory, low sales, low interest rates. You can borrow your renovation costs, and you don't have to pay your agent. Okay, that's a huge buyer's market. So be aggressive, get out there, call me. Again, check the link below if you would rather listen to all this. I go a little bit more in detail on the podcast. Please follow me, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. I'm everywhere. Follow me, hit me up, shoot me a message. Thanks for watching, guys.